Some parents are envious of their children. They regret that they lack opportunities that they no longer have, that they perhaps, are not enjoying the sort of marriage that, or, their children are enjoying, or, in fact, as I said, opportunities, the kind of success that their children are currently enjoying. And so they're basically, would be in the evening part of their lives. They realize that they failed, they're not doing well, and the bitterness just grows and grows. This is a major, major, major problem. So I had an email from, a couple of people that, not even an email, several emails from a couple of people that watch my channel. This episode is sponsored by Sendwave. Sendwave is basically an app that you can download within the two shakes of a duck's tail on your mobile devices, be it Android or iPhone. It allows you to send money from Italy, Spain, Ireland, United Kingdom, United States to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Okay, within the two shakes of a duck's tail. From the comfort of your home on your mobile devices. Now, if you use my promo code Phrankleen, as it's spelled on the screen, and my channel, you get £5, $5, and or €5 added to your first Sendwave transaction. And to make it even better, you can share my promo code with your friends and or families. All right. So as I was saying, they see their children having new opportunities that they no longer have, and they feel useless. That's the word I was trying to come up with. They feel utterly useless, and they then start working against those children that are unable to behave normally. Some might be watching this and be thinking, really? Now, I had this person that sent me an email that basically, they live in the diaspora, and the woman said, every attempt that she's made to own an asset, own a piece of land, try to build up a business back home, her parents are at the center point of basically attacking her progress and sabotaging and basically destroying everything she's trying to do. And even the way her mom particularly speaks to her, tears her down emotionally with very bad words, and oh, well, what do you think you're doing? And so it's just deeply rooted jealousy. Now, another one was another gentleman that said it was himself and his father, and he had been abroad, even though he's living abroad as a diasporan in the shadow of the system. He hasn't got any papers. He struggled for many years. The classic immigrant story, right? And he put money together, and then he would get his dad to try to help him buy, a few acres of land, because he was contemplating on going into farming. But every of his move and attempt, the father would destroy, and in collusion with his siblings, and I think partly his mom as well. And there's also been numerous emails that I've had from people in the past. Sorry. And this is why I decided to address this. Parental jealousy is a thing. First of all, a lot of people have this almighty perception of their parents. And when I say almighty perception, I'm not suggesting that you belittle your parents, or you throw them in the bin, or you turn them to a doormat. But first of all, before the parental labeling that we attach to them, you've got to bear in mind that they're in fact humans. So the fact that somebody has the ability to get pregnant and carry a baby, or a man has the ability to get a woman pregnant to bring you into existence, doesn't necessarily mean they're superhumans. Doesn't necessarily mean they are good people. So for example, you could have been brought into existence by a father who's in fact a criminal, who has a criminal track record through his life, who's fond of swindling people, duping people, or someone philandering who has got several women pregnant, who's an abuser, and the list goes on like that. Do you understand me? But the fact is, that man is actually your father, okay? And I'm sure people watching have a plethora of examples. Now, what you tend to find is, for those parents, you will find that they're never to do well type. They're narcissistic, okay? They will do anything and everything to try to control your life, right? So, for example, if I narrow it down, if we go to Nigeria, it's a very, very ugly practice that I'm thoroughly aware of. Say you come from a home, and this is like a major entrapment for a lot of diasporans, and I'll explain very quickly. So you've come abroad, and maybe your dad and mom are pretty average, and let's say particularly your father, who is meant to be the head of the family and stuff, hasn't got much going for him. He hasn't, he's not done too well for himself. Now, what tends to happen is, so let's say it doesn't even matter if you're the firstborn child or not and stuff. There's this toxic idea that you cannot have the nice things in life. Even if you've worked and fought tooth and nail to achieve those things, you've worked really hard, you've dealt with racism in the West, you've dealt with a lot of oppression and all sorts to achieve the little that you have. They don't want you, they wouldn't want you, they wouldn't let you prosper. Reason being, they expect you to give all of what you worked for to your parents. So I'm giving an example, like say your father hasn't done well for himself. So they would expect you to say, oh, your first piece of land or this acres of land, oh dad, here it is, right? Oh dad, I've just, say you decide to embark on a building project. So they expect you, right, to toil, work so hard, break your back, work long hours, go through every ugly thing that life has got to throw at you to accumulate money and all that. And they expect you to, in fact, build that property and hand it over to them. Do you see what I'm saying? So, inferiority complex sets in for your father, jealousy sets in, heightened jealousy and envy, okay? So, you built the home, and let's say you say, oh dad, oh you can, mom and dad, you can move in and stuff. There is resentment because they expect you to build the home and put it in their names and hand them the key. This is why if you are one of the people that have been watching my channel from way back, I'm always banging on about the fact that protect your assets, particularly for those in the diaspora. Protect your assets, protect your revenue. Family are the worst. Unfortunately, for those of us, excuse me, that hailed from Africa, right? A lot of people are mentally trapped in what I call sentiment, okay? So, like I said, I'm not here advocating for anyone to belittle their families and stuff, but we all get one shot at life, okay? So what it means is if you've worked for years, for a long time to build resources, and then you blindfold yourself with sentiments, my mom, my dad, my this and this and this, right? And then you put everything in their hands. Don't be surprised if they turn back and treat you unfairly. That's why you have a plethora of stories, people in the diaspora that send money monthly, that do whatever they can, what they can within reasonable parameters. And you have your parents, particularly back home, still telling you that you've not done enough, that you're a never to do well type, of that, you're in fact, they'll use words like you're maltreating them. Say, for example, I don't know what your background is, but maybe you're diligently giving them $150 a month, £150 a month, or £100 a month. This is what you can afford for now because you've got your mountain of bills here. Your job is not all that. You've got a lot to deal with in the West. You're trying to save up for your lawyer fees, for your papers, to sort your papers, your application out, to do a lot of things, but you still squeeze out. You probably took a second or third, job just to make ends meet for. Just to be able to reach out to them monetarily every month, they still throw it back in your face. So for people that, are wondering why, before you talk about, oh, this is my dad, this is my mom, never forget that they are human beings. They have the ability to be narcissistic. They have the ability to be evil, to be sly, to be dishonest. So many people know that their mothers are pathological liars. So many of you are watching me right now. You know your father is an evil, dishonest man. But we've been, particularly in Africa, we've been raised. A lot of people were raised in a way whereby the way we are raised, you're raised in something that's quoted in fear. There is a sensible degree of, I would say fear, and not fear, respect that you would have for your folks. But even if they turn out to be satanic, evil, and try to destroy your life, you manage to convince yourself that, oh, you're meant to just bend over and take it. No. In fact, there's been a lot of cases of people where they've had to stop communicating, with their dad or their mom, or in fact, some people, both of them, in order for you to enjoy peace of mind, to protect, your mental health, your mental well-being, in order for you to be able to focus on your goals in life, enjoy your marriage, enjoy your family life. There are people that latch onto the relationship with their toxic mothers, their narcissistic fathers, really deadly parents and or siblings, and then every time they knock you back, every time they steal from you, every time they disappoint you, you keep telling stories. They've already shown you. When somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Do you understand me? I've heard stories of people who have lived abroad. Dad, can you help me manage the building project? And the father embezzled millions of naira. And when confronted, not a tiny drop of empathy or regret or remorse. He was arrogant, he was dismissive, and he actually said, so what? If I don't steal your money, if I don't eat from your sweat, who else will? Okay, yeah, I've done what I've done. Go and get your police and get me arrested. And then you get people in the wider African community, oh, leave it. Oh, don't do anything. The Bible says. And that's where I have a blatant disregard for religious nutters who throw religiosity at, issues of common sense. People try to just, sweep you under the carpet and ask you to conform and accept that evilness. You dig? How do you carry on, sustaining what one would call a healthy relationship for blatantly evil and callous parents? For these persons that send me email, or anybody else that's watching this, man, remove yourself from the toxic relationship. If you have really deadly and toxic parents, remove yourself from them. Keep them at arm's length. Keep your business to yourself. Don't let them be involved in your business. Don't let them be involved in your assets. There's been stories of parents, and in extreme cases, conniving with third parties to kidnap their own children, to assault, to attack. Some parents, just because unfortunately, they have a dysfunctional marriage, they never enjoyed a true marriage. So you, as a child, or as a son, or as a daughter, manage to then have a good, healthy marriage. They become resentful, right? And for no cogent reason, they start hating on your partner. So if they come on to you and make some bogus monetary demands, and you're like, mom, I haven't got that. They just launch attack at, your husband and say, oh, he's the reason why you're not taking care of them, or vice versa, right? And the framework behind that is they have resentment, they have jealousy, they cannot bear for the life of them that you are happy where you are. This is harsh reality. My mom, my dad, but you need to wake up from your slumber, man, before you end up dead. Because the truth is, if you end up dead today, your mom's not gonna drop in that 6 feet burial space. She's not gonna jump on your casket or inside your casket with you. You're dead and gone. Your page has been closed, unfortunately, in the book of life, in the book of human existence, and that's it. They will carry on. If they can latch onto any of your assets, they will do whatever they can. So I hope you get the picture of what I'm trying to say. Remove yourself from toxic parents is all I would say, all right? Keep your business to yourself. If you've given people opportunities once or twice and they've let you down, cut them off. It's your boy, Phrankleen. Thank you for watching. You can support my channel via PayPal. If you look in the description below, people ask me all the time. And for those of you that support my channel, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. There's a link in my description for my PayPal, okay? You can support me via Cash App. If you've got Cash App on your phone, you want to donate and support the channel, thank you. You can do that. You can sign up to my Patreon. for as minimum $5 a month or $10 a month, right? There's a link to my Patreon, or there's a join button. You can join the membership on my YouTube channel for $4.99 a month, all right? Thank you for watching. It's your boy Phrankleen. Don't forget to download SendWave to send money from those locations that I've listed. Share with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye now.